I shot an amazing video the other day. My 3-year-old spilled sprinkles all over the kitchen floor. And rather than getting the vacuum, I summoned one pig, then another pig, then the dog, and they all went to work and they all cleaned that floor, and it looked amazing and it was hilarious, and I pulled out my camera and I got it on video. And you will never ever see that video because the floor was dirty underneath the sprinkles. I mean, dirty is a relative term. I mean, it was cleaned with a pretty thorough layer of slobber, but according to my wife, that does not count. So I wanted to address this today because when you don't see me update on YouTube for a few days, it doesn't necessarily mean I haven't shot any videos. It likely means I shot videos in an area that ended up being forbidden. Now think about how you clean your house when there's one person coming over. Like if you're anything like in our house, you go nuts. You can't let people know that people live in your house. You have to go and you have to destroy pieces of dust with a laser. You have to create like a vacuum seal on one door and like blast out every particle floating in the air. You have to take bleach and cover every surface of your house with like an inch layer. I don't know. I might not fully understand how cleaning works. I don't know. It's long and it's unpleasant and it makes me never ever want to invite anybody over. Now imagine instead of having one person walk through your house, you have like 1,000. I mean, I don't have a big YouTube channel by any means. In fact, it's quite small and pathetic. But it's more than one person seeing this. It tends to make my wife a tad self-conscious. So I can't use a lot of that footage. So the footage of the pigs and the dog eating sprinkles got scrapped. It also had my wife yelling at me, "What are you doing? You can't film this." So yeah, it's never coming out. I had another video the other day where my pig always freaks out when I get her in the tub. She just cannot stand that tub. She thinks we're going to murder her, or worse, make her endure soap. So it's a no-go. That's how I almost dislocated my thumb the other day, if you watched that video. Well, I tried something new the other day, and I pushed her into the stand-up shower down here that's oddly located in our hallway, which is a totally different story. I shoved her in there, tossed some pellets on the ground, and took a baby gate and wedged it in there so she couldn't get past. I turned on the sprayer hose and just rinsed off her feet, and she didn't even squeal, not one time. Like, I solved the riddle of giving a pig a bath without turning that pig into a Tasmanian devil. It worked. It was brilliant. I deserve a Nobel Prize. I can't take a video of it though, because my shower is covered in a perpetual level of grime that's been there since the 1980s. And no matter how hard you scrub, and no matter how much flame you hit it with, it's just always going to look like that. And if I show you the state of my shower, especially with a pig in it getting dirt everywhere, my wife will divorce me. So these are the challenges. I know, like, other people doing filming, like, they have real struggles, like they're out there, in war zones getting shot at, or making contact with indigenous tribes, or surviving jungle diseases to get the footage you need. Like, here's what I'm dealing with. I'm trying to find one spot in my house where there's not that much dirt. Not enough dirt to trip off my wife's alert areas that say, no, this video is banned, lest I bring shame to the entire family. Like, even in here, this room isn't terribly clean, so I have to kind of point the camera up a little bit so you can't see the floor. Then I kind of block the camera with my fat body, and you don't know. You just see this, and this is ugly enough to distract you from anything else that might be going on. So anytime you see that there hasn't been a YouTube video update for a few days, don't assume I'm lazy, which I am, but don't just assume that. Assume that there was some great, amazing, hilarious footage that got taken in front of a dust bunny the size of a cow. And because of that, it can never escape the vault, and I have to go delete that video and then smash my phone with a hammer. Because these are the kind of precautions you have to take when you think that somebody might discover that, you are a filthy human being, which we are not, for the record. I think our level of filth is pretty ordinary. But when you take that ordinary level of filth and film it in HD and put it on the internet and let thousands of people see it, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I assume that everybody else doing YouTube videos shoots on like a dust-free soundstage somewhere, and all the technicians are in those suits you wear when you're building microchips so that a single particle of dust doesn't float down. Like, I would love one of those clean rooms. I wouldn't like to clean it or do any of the work. I would just like to show up and benefit from it so I could film whatever I wanted. But then I would bring my pig in there and it would totally ruin everything, which would kind of be a good video all its own. So anyway, I just want to tell you about that. Had a couple great videos. You're never going to see them, and I hope that hurts you as much as it hurts me.